Okay, what is today? Today we are going to be reviewing the Garmin Solar Instinct 2X. And I think this applies to all Garmin watches, but I'm not too sure. So I'm currently wearing the Garmin 2X, but as you can tell, I have a different wristband than the one that's natively sold. So we'll go through and we'll talk about why that is. Um, and that's going to be the video. So I'm not much of an editor, so we'll do this all like together. These are the original, like this is the original band, right? Super simple. It's silicone. It's a little stretchy, not too much. You can see like all of this. So this digs into my skin very deeply. And now you're like, how deeply could it really dig in, man? Well, if you look here, where is it? Right. Is that it? Yeah. It's a lot smaller because it's less agitated. But it started agitating my skin. I go to hot yoga 3 to 5 times a week. And the sweat would start getting in between the silicone, this, and my wrist. And then because it was digging in so much, it would keep rubbing tightly and wrapping around the hair around my wrist. And I'm not a super hairy guy. Like, I got hair. But it started digging in. And so it doesn't look agitated anymore. I should have made this yesterday. But this was extremely agitated and extremely annoyed. And it started making the watch just feel uncomfortable. I wear the watch on my left side, or left hand. So I switched it because I was like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. So I switched it to the right hand, set these straps, bam, bam, right hand. Felt super uncomfortable. And I felt this the first time I put it on my left hand, or left wrist, I should say. And over time, I was like, I got used to it. It was fine. And then when I started going to hot yoga a lot more, it became an issue. And I did wash my band because, like, I just kept my watch on during the shower, and I'd like clean inside, like do all the shower things, And it was still irritating me. So yesterday, I got a replacement band. This is a NATO watch band. I had to Google what that actually was, like what it means. It's a little stiffer than I would like it, to be honest, but I'm okay with that. I've been wearing it. It's been pretty comfortable. Like you can see how it hinges differently. It hinges on two axes. So it hinges here where the actual slit is, and then it hinges here. So you end up actually getting like a much more comfortable wear. And it feels a lot nicer. So when it sits on my skin, like you can see the little bit of indentation, perhaps. Can you? Yeah, a little bit, where it actually indents my entire skin equally. There's no deep gouges, unlike the silicone, which did that quite a bit, and especially with these to like hook it on. And now I will say this is actually quite nice because it can like just go across very easily, and then it just hooks in, and now it doesn't go across. It's quite nice. So overall, how do I feel about the watch? I've had it for maybe 2 months now, um, perhaps a bit longer. I actually really like it. The biggest thing for me is steps and workouts. I'm not the most comfortable, but like you can set your walk up. It's gonna be like backwards, whatever. I'm not, whatever. Um, and then it does a pretty accurate job, I find. GPS wise, it works really well. The solar functionality, that's some bullshit. So, okay, let's talk about solar. I am in Nor I'm in Vancouver, which is like British Columbia, which is in Canada, which does not get a ton of sun, except when it's the summer. Then it's all sun all the time. So that does impact this. It's winter. So does it charge up with solar? No. But does it give me like the lux count of like what the watch experienced? Yes. Is that quite nice? Yeah, I do like that. And that's how I'm feeling about the watch. Like the watch does what I need it to do. I have it set so it's tracking my heartbeat at all times, 24/7, because that's something that's important to me. I don't really use the oxygen sensor. I have an oximeter, like an actual one downstairs, and I use that. This gives me almost the same reading. So I don't know how accurate it is because I'm not using like a hospital one. I'm just using like a commercial one. Sorry, I'm looking at my cat right there. Um, and so can't comment on that. GPS wise, I think it nails it. But once again, I'm only in the city or outer skirts of cities, so that's not really a huge issue. And would I buy this watch again? Yes, I would. Would I ever start with these bands? No. Um, whether it's the heat or the acidity from sweat, they irritate my skin quite a bit, and that's something that people don't talk about very much. Um, and something that's also important is this is 26 millimeters. Actually, I think it's a bit more. I think it's 27, but 26 millimeters is the spec. So finding actual bands for that is difficult. 26 millimeter bands are more expensive. They're also harder to find. 22, 24 you can find very easily, and I guess you could rock a 24, but then you're going to get this like sliding around, which is not great. The torch functionality I do use at night when I'm like going to the washroom or something, which is quite nice. Everything else is like pretty standard. I don't have any notifications other than phone calls on this watch because that's what I want. That's it. That's the review. Watch band sucks ass. The watch itself is phenomenal. The solar aspect of the watch is a little bit bullshit. Like, does it work? Probably. Is it relevant to anyone's real use case? Not really. Ooh, battery life. That's one thing. So I go on an hour walk every day, um, or an hour rock. It doesn't have rocking in the tracking. It only has walking, which it's fine. Whatever. Um, and it lasts like 20 days, 20, 30 days. I also have hot yoga like 5 times a week. So there's also that, 3 to 5. Um, so it's tracking all of that and it's doing a pretty good job. Um, and that's a huge benefit of a Garmin watch. They last a long time. If I don't do anything with it, like I just do my walks, it'll last around 30 days. And that's pretty lit. Because currently it's on 18 days. I'll stick it on the charger for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. It'll charge a few days. Good enough. Do that every day. It's fine. But I don't. I usually just charge it for like an hour or two once every 2, 3 weeks. And it works out perfectly for me. If you guys have questions about the Garmin Solar Instinct 2X, feel free to ask. I might have answers, I might not, but I can always look into it. The Garmin Connect app is fine. Like, I don't I like it. It does the job I want it to do. Could it be improved? Yes, vastly. And that could be a whole other video. Have a great day.